Hey guys, today Dobie and I are playing the Roblox game mode Barry EXE Prison Run. Get ready for some cool challenges and fun. By the way, don't forget to like and leave a comment.
Hi, friends. Oh, yes. We're in for an adrenaline-filled prison escape. And from what I've heard, Barry himself is watching us. The guard turned into a monster by an evil scientist.
Yeah, he looks like he had one too many protein shakes last night. Look, he's standing at the entrance, and he's definitely not happy to see us.
Labrador, are you sure this is a good idea? That Barry looks like he ate all the inmates for dinner. All right, let's go. The first obstacle course begins.
The sewer smells terrible. Barry really stunk up the place. I regret feeding him beans. Wow, it's so creepy here, Dobie. We still have to face the final bosses. I hope you've been training, because we're in for a powerful shootout today. Dobie, what is this creepy place? We're in the sewers, and I think I smell... I don't even want to know what it is. Oh no!
Oh no, Labrador! Look, someone is coming. It's the scary guard Barry. He looks like he ate the whole school for breakfast yesterday.
Quick, we need to run away from him. Do you see that ladder? We need to climb up to the second floor.
Labrador, don't forget about my acrophobia. Oh well, let's go. Just don't look back.
All right, Dobie, I've got your back. Haha, it's like we're in a spy movie. Except instead of lasers, we have the sewer and an angry guard. I can hear his boots clanging on the metal plates. Dobie, look at these rusty pipes. Are we supposed to walk on them? They could fall at any moment.
Oh, Labrador, don't worry. You once said you're light as a feather. Let's put that to the test.
Thanks for the compliment, Dobie. But if I fall, I won't forget this. Hold on tight or Barry will catch up to us.
Oh, Barry, I hope he doesn't decide to climb the pipes. They definitely won't hold him. Although, if they fall on him, it might help us out.
Look, there's a ventilation duct ahead. Let's quickly get in there before the pipes fall. Barry is really close now.
Faster, Labrador. I can feel everything creaking under my feet. Great, I'm in the vent first. You follow me?
Dobie, you're like a rat squeezing into any gap. Oh, it's dark and cramped in here. I hope we don't run into any spiders. Dobie, have you ever heard the story about the scary guard Barry?
Of course, Labrador, but I heard that recently an even scarier guard named Bry appeared. They say he's even worse than Barry. Let me tell you about it.
Go ahead, Dobie. I'm curious to hear what kind of horrors you've got.
Well, it all started when Bry was just an ordinary guard in the quietest and calmest prison. But one night, an experiment happened that changed everything. An evil scientist decided to conduct an experiment to create a super guard. And Bry became his guinea pig.
Guinea pig? I imagine Bry with ears and a tail.
Labrador, it would be funny if it weren't so scary. The experiment went wrong, and Bry turned into a real monster. He became twice as big, stronger, and grew terrifying claws. They say his roar can be heard for miles.
Wow, that sounds creepy. But wait, you said his roar can be heard for miles? Maybe it's just his snoring?
Maybe. But the most interesting thing is that since then, strange things started happening in the prison. Inmates began to disappear, and the cells became empty.
Disappear? Maybe they just found a secret exit and decided to escape from Bry? I'd do the same.
Maybe. But Bry started hunting everyone who tried to escape. They say he knows all the ins and outs and can appear out of nowhere. One inmate said he saw Bry moving through walls like a ghost.
Through walls? Well, now I definitely won't sleep. I shouldn't have agreed to the night shift in this prison.
They also say that Bry feeds on fears. The more scared you are, the stronger he becomes. So, Labrador, don't be afraid, and we'll be safe.
Easier said than done, Dobie. But you know what? We have flashlights, and if anything, we can always blind him.
Great plan. And don't forget our secret weapon, a good sense of humor. If Bry finds us, we'll just tell him a few jokes. Maybe he'll laugh and let us go.
Yeah, the main thing is not to panic. If we see Bry, we'll joke until the end. Maybe he'll just give up and run away from us.
Exactly, Labrador. We can handle any monster, even one as scary as Bry. And if anything, we always have Plan B. Run as fast as we can.
Dobie, do you see that? Fat Chef Harry is coming right at us. And he looks like he ate all the food supplies in the cafeteria.
Oh, wow, Labrador. Harry really is scary. We need to do something and fast. Oh, look, there's a bazooka lying there. But it's strange. It shoots food.
A food-shooting bazooka? Is this a new method of fighting hunger? Let's give it a try. Maybe Harry will eat enough and become nicer.
Just imagine him getting bigger and bigger from our shooting. But it looks like we don't have a choice. Aim at him, Labrador.
Dobie, we've got pies left. Harry, for dessert, we have cherry pie. Catch.
Excellent, Labrador. Looks like he's almost full. I mean defeated. One more shot and he'll go down.
That was awesome, Dobie, and fun, to be honest. Harry will definitely be afraid to go near the kitchen now.
Exactly, Labrador. And it's time for us to move on. Who knows what other challenges await us ahead?
One day, we were contacted by our old acquaintance, the chief prison guard, Jackson. He told us about strange rumors and suspicions that something was amiss in the prison. The inmates spoke of secret passages and strange occurrences. Jackson offered us an unusual assignment. He would place us undercover in the prison, and our task was to find out what was happening and try to escape.
And so, Labrador, we found ourselves in a cell. We were registered as new inmates, and Jackson made sure none of the guards knew who we really were. The first few days, we studied our surroundings, got to know other inmates, and looked for any clues.
Yes, Dobie. It turned out that the rumors were not unfounded. We heard from one inmate that the underground passages really existed, and some of the inmates were using them for escapes and smuggling. We decided to find out more and locate these passages.
We started by searching for maps and building plans. One evening, when all the inmates were asleep, we sneaked into the archives. It was risky, but we knew this was our chance to find something important, and we got lucky. We found old plans indicating the existence of underground tunnels.
With the maps in hand, we began looking for the entrance to the tunnels. It turned out that one of them was right under our cell. We patiently waited for the guards to be distracted, and then we started digging.
After several hours, we found the entrance to the tunnel. It was narrow and dark, but it was our path to freedom. We started moving through it, trying not to make a sound. The tunnel had many branches, and every step could have been our last if we were discovered.
We followed the tunnel, guided by the map. Suddenly, we heard footsteps. Someone else was using the tunnel. We hid and saw a group of inmates carrying contraband. This confirmed our suspicions.
We decided not to interfere so as not to give ourselves away, and continued on. At the end of the tunnel, another surprise awaited us. A locked door. Fortunately, we had a lockpick, and after a few attempts, the door gave way.
We emerged outside, but it wasn't the end. We needed to get off the prison grounds unnoticed. We used the shadows and cover to make our way to the fence. Finally, we climbed over it and found ourselves free.
Our mission was complete. We returned to Jackson and reported all our findings. He thanked us and said he now had all the evidence he needed to conduct an investigation and restore order in the prison.
This experience was not only a test for us, but also an important lesson. We learned how crucial it is to be attentive and prepared for any surprises. And most importantly, we realized that working as a team is our strength.
Thank you for joining us on this adventure. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss new stories and learn more about our work.
It was one of those days when everything seemed calm and routine. Dobie and I decided to have a little fun and throw a small celebration for our team at the police station. We recently bought a big, beautiful firework to celebrate our station's anniversary.
Exactly, Labrador. We thought it would be a great idea to lift everyone's spirits and bring some joy to our colleagues. We hid the firework in the storage room so no one would notice and planned to set it off in the evening after our shift. However, things didn't go as planned.
That day, the station was a bit tense. We were handling our usual tasks when suddenly something unexpected happened. One of our colleagues accidentally spilled a hot drink near the storage room where we kept the firework. The flames quickly spread to the box of fireworks.
I heard a loud bang and smelled smoke coming from the storage room. We immediately knew what had happened. The fire started spreading very fast. We knew that if the firework exploded inside the building, the consequences would be catastrophic.
Without hesitation, we began evacuating everyone in the building. We shouted for everyone to get outside and warned them of the potential danger. Meanwhile, I ran to the storage room to try and put out the fire.
Labrador, you acted incredibly fast. I grabbed every fire extinguisher I could find and joined you. We started fighting the fire, trying to reach the source before the fireworks could go off.
Everything seemed to happen in slow motion. The fire was intense, but we kept fighting. Finally, we managed to reach the box of fireworks and threw it into a large metal container where it was less dangerous.
When the fire was extinguished and the fireworks no longer posed a threat, we went outside where all the staff were standing in alarm. Fortunately, no one was injured, and the building didn't suffer serious damage. It was a true miracle.
We explained to our colleagues what had happened and apologized for our mistake. Everyone took it with understanding, but we realized how serious the consequences of even the most innocent fun could be. Thanks everyone for watching. This isn't the end. Hello everyone. Today we have Sheriff Labrador with you and
Sheriff Dobie, hi there. We have a special story for you today. We decided to play the Escape from the New Prison mode in Roblox, and we have something interesting for you.
yes, this mode turned out to be really exciting. Imagine, we were framed by our own chief sheriff. He turned out to be a villain and sent us to prison to cover up his crimes. Now we must escape and restore justice.
The Escape from the New Prison mode is very interesting. There are many puzzles, traps, and guards to avoid. We need to show ingenuity, agility, and teamwork to get out of this tangled place.
We started off by finding ourselves in a prison cell. At first, it seemed impossible to escape, but then we noticed that one of the walls looked suspicious. We found a hidden passage behind it.
Yes, that passage led us to the first series of puzzles. We had to activate several levers in the correct sequence to open the door. Labrador and I worked together really well and quickly solved this task.
After that, we faced traps. The floor was covered with lasers, and we had to carefully navigate around them to avoid getting caught. It was scary, but at the same time, very fun.
There were also guards. They patrolled the corridors, and we had to hide and wait for the right moment to sneak past them. A few times we almost got caught, but we managed to get through.
At one point, we stumbled upon a workshop. There, we found tools that helped us unlock a locked door. It felt like real detective work.
The most challenging part was the final stage. We needed to disable the security system to open the main gates. It was a real race against time, but we succeeded.
When we finally broke free, we realized that our mission wasn't over. We need to expose our evil boss and restore our good name. That will be our next task.
This mode really tested us, but we succeeded thanks to our teamwork and ingenuity. Guys, if you like adventure and want to challenge yourselves, be sure to try Escape from the New Prison in Roblox.
Guys, don't forget to like and comment. If you do, you'll find a new toy behind your pillow. We have an incredible story to share with you.
It was something unimaginable. It turns out it was opposite day. All the villains became police officers and the police officers became villains. We almost ended up in jail ourselves.
Yes, when we arrived at the station in the morning, former criminals in police uniforms were waiting for us. They immediately arrested us and threw us in the cells.
And here's the most interesting part. We managed to escape thanks to our loyal subscriber who happened to be nearby. He saw us being arrested and decided to help.
We hid in the basement of an old warehouse and started planning our rescue. First, we realized we needed to save all our subscribers who were also unlawfully detained.
We knew we couldn't do it alone, so we used our old contacts. It turned out some former villains weren't happy with their new status and were willing to help us.
We came up with a plan. First, we needed to break into the prison and free the subscribers. Our old acquaintances helped by creating a distraction on the other side of the city.
While the villainous police were busy, we snuck into the prison through a service entrance. We knew we had little time, so we acted quickly. We found the cells where our subscribers were held and started freeing them.
But it wasn't easy. Some of the subscribers were scared and didn't understand what was happening. We had to calm them down and explain it was all because of opposite day.
Fortunately, everything went smoothly. We led all the subscribers through a hidden tunnel we found by accident. It led to an old park where our allies were waiting.
Once everyone was safe, we started thinking about how to set things right. We contacted Professor Murphy, who had long been studying the phenomenon of opposite day. He said we needed to find and destroy the device causing this effect.
We discovered the device was in the city's central tower, now guarded by the villainous police. But we had no choice. We devised a plan and headed there.
We had to use all our wits and skills to get inside the tower. We disabled the security systems and climbed to the top where we found the device.
Breaking it wasn't easy, but with the help of our subscribers following our instructions, we managed to do it. As soon as the device was destroyed, everything returned to normal.
The villains became villains again, and the police officers became police officers. We returned to normal life and restored order in the city.
It was an incredible day, but we succeeded thanks to our team and loyal subscribers. Thank you all for your help and support.
We will tell you an incredible story about how Sheriff Dobie and I built 3 unique prisons. This was our most extensive and ambitious task to date. Let me start from the beginning.
It all started when we received a task from the city council. We were commissioned to design and build 3 experimental prisons, each unique in its own way. The first prison was to be made entirely of sweets, the second from old items, and the third from soft materials. We were thrilled by this task and got to work immediately.
We decided to start with the candy prison. Imagine walls made of caramel, doors of chocolate, and windows of candy. We found the best confectioners in town and invited them to collaborate. The work was in full swing. Confectioners sculpted giant candies, cooked tons of chocolate, and created incredible sugar structures.
But as soon as we finished construction, we faced another problem. The candy prison attracted a huge number of ants, wasps, and even bears. We realized we needed a solution quickly. We had to equip the prison with special insect traps and install protective barriers.
Nonetheless, the prison was operational. We conducted experiments to understand how this unusual environment affected the inmates. It turned out many criminals became kinder and calmer, surrounded by sweets. Overall, our experiment was a success, and we moved on to the next prison.
Next up was the prison made from old items. We started collecting antique things, furniture, dishes, carpets, books, and even vintage lamps. All this old stuff created an amazing atmosphere. We invited restorers to help us preserve the uniqueness of each item.
The inmates in this prison constantly felt like they were in a museum. Each cell was furnished with antiques, and many criminals began to take an interest in history, read books, and spend time studying old items. It turned out this environment helped them rethink their actions and consider their future.
Finally, we began building the third prison, made entirely of soft materials. Imagine walls made of pillows, floors covered with soft carpets, and beds draped with plush blankets. We turned to textile craftsmen who created a true soft fairy tale for us.
In this prison, the inmates felt as comfortable as possible. The soft walls and floors reduced stress levels, and many criminals became more calm and balanced. This coziness helped them realize their mistakes and strive for improvement.
We conducted various experiments in each of the prisons, studying how the environment affected the inmates' behavior. In the candy prison, criminals became kinder and less aggressive. In the old items prison, they developed an interest in history and rethought their lives.
Our experiments showed that the environment plays a huge role in rehabilitating criminals. The city council was impressed with the results, and we received support to continue our research.
So friends, that's our story of 3 unusual prisons. We hope our experiments will help make the world a little better. Now you know a little secret. Be sure to like and leave a comment for this.
This is a story about how one Halloween turned out to be much more memorable for Sheriff Dobie and me than we expected. Let me start from the beginning.
So, that year, Halloween promised to be ordinary. We decided to go door to door collecting candy and enjoying the festive atmosphere. We were in costumes. I was dressed as a superhero, and Labrador was an astronaut.
The evening was going great. We collected lots of candy, but soon we noticed that most of them weren't to our liking. Some were too old, and others just didn't taste good. We decided to throw away those candies, not knowing what would happen next.
As soon as we started discarding the candy, a strange monster suddenly appeared. He was huge, with green skin and eyes that glowed in the dark. The monster declared that he was the guardian of Halloween and punished those who didn't appreciate the candy.
The monster said we had offended the spirit of the holiday and now had to make amends. He gave us a task, to collect 10,000 pieces of candy by midnight, or else we would face a terrible punishment.
We were in a panic. There was little time, and we needed to collect a huge amount of candy. We decided to ask our friends and neighbors for help. We explained the situation, and many agreed to assist.
We went around the entire town, knocking on every door and explaining our problem. People were surprised, but seeing our desperation, they shared their candy. We gathered them in large bags and continued our search.
Time was ticking away mercilessly. We ran from house to house, trying to make it in time. At one point, when we almost lost hope, the kids from the local club decided to share their candy with us.
We collected all the candy we could find, and finally, by midnight, we had exactly 10,000 pieces. We met the monster, who inspected our haul. He was impressed with our effort and declared that we had passed the test.
The monster thanked us for respecting the spirit of Halloween and disappeared as suddenly as he had appeared. We were exhausted but satisfied that we had avoided punishment and helped our friends.
We'll remember this Halloween for a long time. It taught us to appreciate every little thing and respect traditions. Thanks to everyone who helped us with this task. Until next time, friends.
See you soon, and remember, respect the candy on Halloween or the guardian of Halloween might come for you.
Greetings to everyone on our channel, friends. This is Sheriff Labrador back with you again, along with my trusty partner, Sheriff Dobie. Today we have something special for you. We are diving into the terrifyingly exciting Roblox mode called Escape Papa Pizza's Pizzeria.
Hello, everyone. Imagine this. You're trapped in an abandoned pizzeria where danger lurks around every corner. The main goal is to escape from this grim place, but be careful. A creepy chef, Papa Pizza, is hot on your heels, cooking his horrifying pizzas out of human parts. Yes, you heard that right. This will be a true test of agility and wits.
Dobie, tell everyone what they have to overcome.
Oh yes, guys. This will be a real challenge. You will need to solve puzzles, avoid traps, and run as fast as you can to avoid falling into the hands of this insane chef. But don't worry, Labrador and I will be there to help you every step of the way.
So, are you ready for this incredible adventure? Then make yourselves comfortable, brace your nerves, and let's see if we can escape Papa Pizza's Pizzeria together.
Oh no, Labrador, where's the light? I think Papa Pizza is chasing us. Hide, Labrador! We need to act quickly and precisely because Papa Pizza is right on our heels.
Oh, guys, he's right behind us. Do you see those scary eyes and that creepy apron? Papa Pizza is making his horrific pizzas, and he wants to add us to the menu. We need to find an exit immediately.
Exactly, Labrador. Listen carefully, guys. To save ourselves, we need to find a hole in the floor and jump into it. It's our only chance to escape this crazy chef. Let's move quickly. Time is running out.
Excellent. We did it, guys. We're safe. This time. But stay alert. There are always new challenges in this game. Thanks for being with us, and see you in the next adventure.
Whew, that was creepy, but we made it. Subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and let us know in the comments which modes you'd like to see next time.
We are now in, yes, the stinky sewers. Oh, what a terrible stench here. But we have no choice, guys, to get out of here. We need to climb up through the hatch. The problem is that waiting for us above is none other than the evil Papa Pizza.
Exactly, Labrador. The hatch leads straight into the bathroom, and Papa Pizza is already there, ready to grab us. But we have a plan. First, we need to find the hatch and carefully climb up, and then we'll try to outsmart him.
Do you see ahead? There should be a hatch. Be careful and watch every step to avoid traps. Dobie, do you think we can outsmart Papa Pizza?
Of course, Labrador. We need to be smarter and faster. Guys, as soon as we climb up through the hatch, be ready to react quickly. We need to immediately figure out how to bypass Papa Pizza and escape.
All right, Dobie, let's give it a try. There's the hatch. I see it. Is everyone ready? Let's climb up. Carefully. Quietly. That's it. We're almost there.
Oh no, he's here. Run, guys, faster. We need to find a way out of this bathroom and bypass Papa Pizza. Labrador, where to next?
We made it through that scary web. But how did Papa Pizza even become Papa Spider? Ouch! We stepped on a spike. We'll have to start over from the beginning.
We're currently navigating a trap with spikes, and we'll need to be very careful not to get caught in them.
Yes, Dobie, this is definitely not the place you want to get stuck. Watch your step, guys, and move away from these ominous spikes. We can do this together. Stick together.
After this trap, we'll face another challenge. We have to navigate a parkour across old pipes that could collapse at any moment. Be careful, guys, and help each other out.
Don't doubt it, we'll do this together. Hold hands and move forward. Nothing will stop us in this deadly race against time.
By the way, Labrador, do you remember that time when we tackled this mode as part of a 6-person sheriff squad?
Of course I remember. It was an exciting adventure. We fought against the clock, solved puzzles, and supported each other every step of the way. And remember what we promised to the one who would complete the level first?
Yes, we promised a prize and the trophy for the best sheriff. But you know, in the end, we all made it together and shared that victory.
Exactly, Dobie. It's important to remember that strength lies in unity. We can achieve great heights when we're together. So stick together, friends, and together we can overcome all obstacles.
We just escaped from the pizzeria with the terrifying chef. Phew, that wasn't easy. We're currently in a room with lasers, and we'll need to be very careful not to get caught by them.
Yes, Dobie, these lasers can be a real trap, but we'll manage, because we've already been through a lot. Let's move together and help each other out.
After this room, we'll face another challenge. We'll have to get into the freezer of this pizzeria and find a way out from there. But be careful, guys. There might be hidden dangers there.
Don't worry, we'll be together and help each other overcome any difficulties. Let's move forward and defeat this horror.
Also, Labrador, remember that time when we responded to a call from a school kid? He said the ice cream man was poisoning everyone through his ice cream and demanding huge amounts of money for the antidote.
Of course I remember. It was a real challenge for us, but thanks to our unity and teamwork, we were able to save everyone from this madness. It's important to remember that when we're together, we're strong.
Exactly, Labrador. Let's apply this principle in this game, too. Together, we'll overcome all obstacles. Be sure of it, guys.
By all means, we're ready for it. We received a call to the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. It was one of the most memorable cases in our sheriff career.
Yes, Labrador. That day was a real trial for us. The head security guard of the pizzeria called us, and his face was pale with horror. He said he saw on camera how Freddy Fazbear started moving, which was very strange, considering that he usually stands still.
Dobie and I immediately assembled our team and headed to the scene. Upon arrival, we were prepared for anything. Our task was to evacuate everyone from the pizzeria and keep an eye on Freddy Fazbear to prevent any danger.
When we entered the pizzeria, we felt a strange atmosphere. The air was filled with tension, and we knew something was wrong. We started evacuating the visitors and staff, reassuring them that it was just a precaution.
But when everyone was safe, our team began monitoring Freddy Fazbear. He started moving, leaving his usual place, which made us remain constantly vigilant. We watched him, ready to intervene at any moment.
Finally, Freddy Fazbear returned to his place, and we were able to relax. That day showed us how important it is to be prepared for any situation, even the most unexpected. Thanks to our team and actions in the critical moment, we were able to prevent anything.
Exactly, Dobie. It was a real challenge, but we made it. We had an amazing story that happened yesterday. Both I and my faithful partner, Sheriff Dobie, suddenly found ourselves drawn into an incredible adventure that began right at our home.
Yes, Labrador, yesterday was a real climax. Both of us, tired after a hard day's work, went to bed, unaware of what awaited us. But our peace was suddenly interrupted by a strange light and the hum of UFO engines outside the window.
We both woke up from this strange sound and looked out the window to see what was happening. And what did we see? Hovering above our houses was a huge UFO, like something out of alien movies.
It was scary and exciting at the same time. But before we could do anything, we were both taken on this UFO. Before us was an incredible sight. We found ourselves inside the alien spaceship.
And that's when our real adventure began. The aliens made us go through various trials and puzzles to escape from this ship. It was like we were in a real escape Papa Pizza's pizzeria mode, only with aliens instead of a pizzeria.
Labrador and I worked together to overcome all the trials the aliens threw at us. Thanks to our unity and ingenuity, we managed to find a way out of this cosmic labyrinth and return home.
And when we found ourselves back on Earth, we felt like true heroes. It was one of the most incredible days of our lives, which we'll never forget. You never know what might happen, friends, so be prepared for anything.
Yes, we've gone through all the trials Papa Pizza threw at us, and it seemed like we were close to freedom. All that was left was to climb to the top of this sewer and escape from this cursed building. But, oh no, just when we thought our mission was almost complete, another trial awaits us ahead. A scary forest where Papa Pizza awaits us, ready to catch us and turn us into his next pizza topping.
This truly sounds terrifying, Dobie, but we have no choice but to gather all our strength and act together. We've overcome many dangers, and this forest won't be an exception.
Absolutely, Labrador. We must remain resolute and not let fear overcome us. Forward, friends. Together, we can overcome any obstacles and reach the end of this adventure.
Yes, Dobie, you're right. Let's go, guys. Stick together, follow us, and be prepared for anything. We'll meet Papa Pizza and show him that sheriffs don't give up so easily.
All that's left is to climb onto these boxes, and yes, we managed to escape from the evil Papa Pizza. Labrador, how did you manage to get through this dark forest maze? I was really scared when I saw him coming after us. Did you hear? When we jumped over the fence, he cried. I even felt sorry for him. How will he cook pizzas now?
Do you feel sorry for him? Remember what he makes his pizzas from. I think now he realizes that pizza should be made from simple ingredients, not from humans. Thank you for watching, everyone. Goodbye.
Yes, you're right. Goodbye, everyone.
Hello, friends. It's me again, Sheriff Labrador, and today we have a special episode.
Hi, everyone. Yes, Sheriff Labrador, I am already excited.
Together with my loyal partner, Sheriff Dobie, we will tell you about the most beautiful and challenging mode in Roblox, Escape the Carnival of Terror Obby.
This mode is simply incredible. You enter a mysterious and eerie carnival full of dangers and unexpected twists.
Let's start from the very beginning. As soon as you enter the game, you are greeted by a spooky carnival lit only by dim lanterns. Dangerous traps and evil ghost clowns patrolling the area are scattered everywhere. Your task is to avoid them at all costs.
Exactly. The first stage is a maze of inflatable castles. You need to be very careful and quick not to fall into the clown's hands. I advise you to watch your step carefully to avoid the traps.
Yes, and that's just the beginning. Next, you will face the mirror room, where it is easy to get lost. The main thing here is to remember the path and not to panic. Mirrors can be deceiving, so don't let them confuse you.
And don't forget about the Ferris wheel. It looks beautiful, but inside it is full of dangerous mechanisms. You need to be very attentive and not stop, so you don't end up in a trap.
We need to go through these rusty pipes. Oh no, the fire touched us. We'll have to start over. And of course, we can't forget about the final part, the escape through the horror attraction. This is the most challenging part, where you will have to use all your skills and agility to reach the exit.
Friends, this mode is truly amazing. It is not only challenging, but also incredibly beautiful. We are sure you will love it. We are now in the very heart of the Carnival of Horrors, in the house of the Clown EXE. Just look at this grim place. We have to complete a parkour over old stinky pipes, and below us lies an abyss.
Yes, this is really frightening. The stinky pipes are not just a test of our agility, but also a true test of endurance. The foul smell is awful, but we need to focus and move forward.
Watch your step, Sheriff Labrador. If we slip, we'll fall into that bottomless pit. We need to be extremely careful and watch every step we take. Let's take this slowly and steadily.
Good plan, Sheriff Dobie. Do you see that narrow pipe ahead? We need to jump onto it and then move along the wall. The key is not to rush and to maintain our balance.
Great, I'm ready. Go ahead, Labrador, you first. I'll cover you. This is probably one of the toughest stages in this mode, but we'll make it, right?
Of course, Dobie. We're a team. Okay, one jump, then another. Carefully. Got it. Now it's your turn, Dobie.
Got it. I'm coming. One jump, another. Yes, I did it. Now we need to walk along this narrow pipe. It's slippery, so hold on tight.
Now we are in the scariest part, the torture room. There are saws everywhere, and we need to somehow make our way through this madness and get outside, where the clown's amusement park awaits us.
Yes, this is a real nightmare. These saws spin so fast that one mistake could cost us our lives. We need to move very carefully and precisely time our actions.
Look, Dobie, the saws move in a specific pattern. If you watch closely, you can catch the moment when they stop for a split second. That's when we need to dash through.
I made it through too. Can't you see me? Wow, look at this beautiful amusement park. The Ferris wheel, roller coasters, and so much more.
We're now running away from the scariest clown in this carnival. He wants to turn us into his dolls, and we urgently need to find a way to escape. Look, ahead of us is the Ferris wheel. That's our chance to get out.
Up, up! The clown is still behind us. Let's go, Labrador. We can do this.
Yes, we're at the top. What a view! From here, we can see the entire carnival. The clown won't catch us here.
Phew, that was intense. But we did it, Labrador. Now we're safe.
Guys, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give us likes. It's the best gift from you that each of you can give us.
For subscribing, I'll tell you a secret story. Our adventure began when we received an urgent call to the amusement park. Who would have thought that a giant dinosaur would appear in this creepy carnival and start wreaking havoc?
Yes, when we arrived, the scene was just terrible. The dinosaur knocked over the Ferris wheel, and it started rolling towards the sea. We realized that if it wasn't stopped, there would be big problems.
The first thing we did was try to get the dinosaurs' attention so it would stop destroying the park. Labrador, do you remember how we used loud noises to distract it?
Of course, Dobie. We started sounding sirens and launching fireworks. It worked, and the dinosaur temporarily stopped. This gave us some time to figure out how to stop the Ferris wheel.
The wheel was almost at the sea when we realized we could use construction cranes to hold it back. We quickly climbed the nearest cranes and started moving them towards the wheel.
It was tough, but we made it in time. We stopped the wheel and it ceased rolling. Meanwhile, the dinosaur started moving towards us again.
We knew we had to act quickly. While Labrador was dealing with the wheel, I went to find a way to calm the dinosaur. I found a big net and some strong tranquilizers. Just in time, we managed to sedate the dinosaur before it could start destroying everything again.
It was a real team effort. We saved the amusement park and prevented a huge disaster. Friends, always remember that in such situations, coordinated work and quick thinking are crucial.
Yes, Labrador, we did it! Friends, if you liked our story, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We are always ready for new adventures in the world of Roblox and are happy to share them with you.
Whoa, Dobie, this portal has teleported us to a new location. A volcano is erupting around us and lava is flowing beneath us. This is insane.
Yes, Labrador, this looks very dangerous. We have to be extremely careful. Look, there are many fire traps and challenging parkour ahead. We need to be quick and precise in our movements.
Right, Dobie. Let's start by carefully observing the trajectory of these fire traps. We need to understand when they activate so we can dash through between the bursts.
Look, the first trap activates every 5 seconds. We have to wait for the right moment and quickly dash through. Ready?
Ready. 1, 2, 3. Now. Great, I made it. Your turn, Dobie.
Here I go. Now. Who made it? Look, ahead is a narrow bridge over the lava. It looks very fragile, so we need to move slowly and carefully.
Keep your balance, Dobie. Look straight ahead and don't look down. We can make it if we're careful. One step at a time. Great, we're almost to the other side.
We did it, but there's another big fire trap ahead. We need to wait for the right moment again and dash through quickly.
Right, let's focus. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now. Whew, that was close, but we did it. Next, we need to jump over the lava flows.
Labrador, look, these platforms are moving. We need to time our jumps correctly to avoid landing in the lava. I'll jump first. Now! Great! I'm on the platform. Your turn.
Hey, here I come. Jump. Made it. We're doing great, Dobie. Just a few more jumps and we'll reach a safe place.
Come on, Labrador. Just a bit more. Jump. And another. Yes, we did it. We made it through all the fire traps in parkour.
Wow, do you see how beautiful and spooky it is here? It looks like someone is having a party. So, shall we go to their house? This clown hasn't had enough of us yet, and now we're going to play some mini-games from him. Wish us luck, subscribers. Dobie, remember the story about the clown park? Recently, we were called to the clown park. There were rumors that everyone who visited the clown's room disappeared without a trace. We decided to investigate.
Yes, Labrador. Those rumors were too strange to ignore. When we entered the park, the atmosphere immediately felt sinister, especially that clown room.
Exactly, Dobie. The entrance to the room was decorated with rusty chains and cracked masks that seemed to watch our every move. We immediately felt that something was very wrong here.
Inside, it was even worse. The walls were covered with faded posters of circus performances that looked like they came from an old nightmare. The air was thick with the smell of mold and decay.
Agreed. There were dolls scattered haphazardly on the floor, looking like they had been thrown in a hurry. And the walls had strange stains that resembled dried blood.
And those eerie clown paintings on the walls. They were painted with such creepy precision that it felt like the clowns were about to come to life. In the corner of the room, we found a huge chest labeled toys. But when we opened it...
Yes, inside were old tattered clown costumes and wigs. And one more thing, a small diary where someone had detailed the disappearances. It was horrifying.
Reading those entries was chilling. They described how the clown lured his victims by offering them a special performance. But none of them ever returned. We knew we had to be extremely careful.
We continued to search the room and found a hidden door behind one of the posters. Behind it was a narrow corridor leading into the darkness. we decided we had to find out what was down there.
The corridor led us to a massive door, which we found out was the dressing room.
It seems this is where the clown turned people into his friends, applying makeup to make them unrecognizable. This explains why no one ever returned. Those who left this room were completely transformed. Even their close friends and family couldn't recognize them. This is pure madness. I'm really nervous too. You never know what's waiting around the next corner, but I think this ramp might be our way out of this level.
Hold on, Labrador. We're taking off. Oh no, what is this darkness?
Hooray! We made it through this level. Thanks for being with us. Stay tuned. There's a lot more exciting stuff ahead. Until next time.
Goodbye, and remember, always hold on tight on those roller coasters of horror.
Hello, dear friends. Today we are going to try to escape from Catnap Barry's prison.
Yeah, hello everyone. On our way, we will face challenging yet exciting obstacles. We will also have to fight the main boss of this prison. So, let's get started.
First, we need to escape from the cell through the ventilation system. Luckily, our police station is much more secure and well-planned.
I agree. If our station wasn't so modern and secure, the number of escapes would increase significantly, and it would be much harder to catch criminals.
It looks like we need to press this button to activate the parkour. I can't even imagine why they would build a parkour course in the prison's ventilation system.
Maybe it's all designed to give the smartest prisoners a chance to escape. And at the end, they get an invitation to work at a government scientific lab.
Quick, press the button and go around him. Considering how chubby he is, he'll never catch us. So, where were we? I'd lean more towards the theory that this was all built by Mr. Beast, and he's filming another massive video involving lots of people and animals. Although we don't seem to remember how we got here.
Great, we got away from the pot-bellied police officer, but that wasn't too difficult.
Better not celebrate too early, or we might slip on the pipe and land right back in his paws.
We go back into the ventilation shaft. Hopefully Freddy doesn't jump out from around the corner.
Oops, we ended up in the men's restroom. Let's try not to get into an awkward situation.
Someone didn't flush the toilet. Guys, make sure to flush after yourselves.
Oh, a hidden tunnel in the restroom. Great, grab the shovel and let's put our natural instincts to use.
Main thing is not to dig like this in Minecraft.
Well, we didn't fall into lava, lucky us, but ahead I see a parkour course that looks very unsafe.
Sheriff Labrador, I think this will be a very easy parkour for you, since we all know you're a natural-born parkourist.
It's true, Dobie. Thank you for believing in me, but I wasn't born a natural parkourist. I learned it through hard work and dedication back when I was in school. I've already shared this story in detail in another one of our videos. If you haven't heard about it, make sure to check out our other videos. It's a really interesting story.
Did you see? Looks like a giant boulder rolled down there. We need to be more careful.
I understand. Looks like a boulder is rolling towards us right now. There are spots here not by accident to dodge it.
Got it. We're almost there. This is the last time.
I kind of like this place. There are cool fountain waterfalls here. I'm sure it's very hot outside this location.
Right now, I just feel the horror of this place. We're currently in a cave beneath the prison.
I wonder where we're heading up to. I think one of the mini-bosses is waiting nearby. We've come quite far from our prison cell.
Oh, I wasn't expecting to encounter Dog Day too. Let's hide in that room.
It seems we need to press this lever to open the gates.
Oh no, he caught us. I hope we won't have to start everything over again.
No, the gates are open, so everything is saved and we can proceed further.
He's faster than us. I hope he doesn't catch up to us now.
Dobie, remember that game we played last summer? The one where we investigated a series of robberies in the megacity?
Of course, Lab. It was incredibly exciting. We felt like real detectives, and every time we managed to solve the next crime, it felt heroic.
Exactly. Remember when we caught that bandit hiding in the dark alleys? It was a real challenge, but thanks to our teamwork, we pulled through.
Cop games have always been our favorites. We can really get into character and act like true, law-abiding crime fighters.
Plus, these games help us not only have fun, but also improve our teamwork. We learn to trust each other, coordinate actions, and make quick decisions in tough situations.
And it's a great way to unwind after a stressful day on duty. We can relax, forget about daily worries, and dive into an exciting gaming world.
And let's not forget how we sometimes hilariously react to funny situations in the game. I'll never forget the time you almost got stuck in a window trying to catch a thief.
Well, Lab, I can't wait for us to meet up again tonight and embark on a new adventure. As a team, we can solve any puzzle and keep the city safe.
Absolutely, Dobie. Together, we're unstoppable.
It seems we need to go up into the ventilation. We'll need a ladder. I think it's in the storeroom.
Exactly. Good guess. I remembered a story about how we saved our planet and even became astronauts for it. It was a quiet evening when a strange signal came through the radio in our cozy town on Earth. Dobie and I immediately sensed something was wrong. The voice of an engineer from the Space Center informed us of a terrible threat. The moon had veered off its orbit and was heading towards Earth.
We exchanged looks and without hesitation made a decision. We had to take action. The next few days were spent in intensive astronaut training courses. Who would have thought that ordinary sheriffs like us would be tasked with saving the planet in space?
Meanwhile, our engineers weren't sitting idle. They developed a special device, a powerful rocket engine that could be installed on the surface of the moon to alter its trajectory.
Finally, launch day arrived. We donned specially made spacesuits and, together with a team of specialists, lifted off towards the moon. At that moment, I felt like part of something extraordinary. Our mission to save humanity.
After a difficult and tense flight, we successfully landed on the moon. Our paws trembled with excitement as we began to install the rocket engine. This was our chance to avert disaster.
With each passing minute, our confidence grew. Carefully, we activated the engine and began to adjust the moon's orbit. The strength of our unity and determination was our greatest weapon in this incredible situation.
Finally, the mission was accomplished. Dobie and I left the moon on a new trajectory that no longer posed a threat to Earth.
Meanwhile, Labrador, you and I have turned 3 valves and are already rushing to the next challenge.
Crawling through the vents again. There are too many of them on this map. I'm tired of them already.
I understand how you feel, but hang in there just a little bit longer. I can already sense that the next boss is close.
Dobie, do you know which game all these characters we're encountering in this place are from?
Of course I know, Lab. What a question. It's not a game, but the amazing Digital Circus series. I'm eagerly awaiting the next episode. But one thing puzzles me. I don't recall Catnap and Dog Day being there. It seems the creator of this place decided to merge several universes into one, which makes it so interesting to meet characters from different games in one place.
Wow, where did we fall? Are we right at the boss already?
It looks like you're right, Labrador. Oh no, he spotted us. Quick, grab the food Zuka and blast him in the face.
In principle, we're faster than him, so he won't cause us any trouble.
Let's make him swallow this pineapple. He deserves it.
Interesting idea. If this bazooka had an infinite supply of food, that would indeed be very convenient. It could be used not only for defense, but also as a food creator for the whole day. A great cost-saving measure.
Yeah, it would be great if you could choose the food it shoots. I would always go for chips. Too bad they're bad for your health.
His HP is already very low. We almost got him.
Let's do this.
Hooray! We did it. Great job, Dobie.
Oh, why is he so scary?
It's interesting how he exploded. We flew several dozen meters away. Honestly, I even felt a little sorry for him, as he was so slow and helpless.
But that's just a diversion to make us relax and not handle the final boss. So let's gather all our strength and move forward to the next challenge.
It's a pity we didn't bring the sled. You're right. Let's not pay attention to it. It was just another challenge.
Let's tell the guys another amazing story to keep ourselves entertained on the way to the final boss. It was an ordinary day when we received an unexpected call at our station. On the other end of the line was a little turtle boy who was crying and pleading for help. He was lost in the sewer and couldn't find his way out. Labrador and I quickly gathered our gear and set out to rescue him.
As we navigated through the dark tunnels, we encountered some angry crocodiles. They clearly weren't happy to see us, but instead of fighting, we decided to try negotiating.
I stepped forward and explained the situation. The leader of the crocodiles, old and wise, listened to us and decided to help. He warned us about the dangers, but allowed us to pass.
We found the little turtle boy, trembling with fear, and guided him to the surface. The crocodiles kept their word and didn't harm us.
That story really warmed my heart. But you know what, Labrador? I can already feel that we're about to face the final boss. Are you ready for it?
Of course, Dobie. We're sheriffs. We're always ready for this.
Something I don't see the food Zuka in the inventory. I hope we get a weapon.
And here he is. Well, hello, Barry Catnap. It's time to battle you.
Catch this banana.
Dobie, it looks like we need to shoot not food into his mouth, but at his weapons. His minigun hands. I think they'll explode and trigger a chain reaction, causing the robot to explode.
Not a bad theory, Lab. Let's put it to the test.
Let's start shooting at the right hand, or rather, from his perspective, the left hand.
We're doing really well. One arm is already damaged.
By the way, while we're shooting at his arms and his HP is decreasing, it does mean that my theory is correct and we're doing everything right.
Victory is close. Half of the HP of the second arm is gone too. Let's push harder.
I'm getting tired already, to be honest. I wish they could give us a more powerful weapon.
Yeah, we did it. I hope we won't get thrown a kilometer away this time.
Another place completed in Roblox. Thanks, Dobie, for your help.
Thank you too. It was an unforgettable adventure. Let's get out of this cursed prison as soon as possible.
We just need to get into this truck, and then we'll accomplish our goal. That means it's time to finish. Thanks everyone for watching. If you enjoyed our escape today, be sure to comment on who else we should escape from. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
See you soon.
What? Where are we, Dobie?
I don't know, but it looks a lot like a children's room with toys everywhere.
Wait a minute, it can't be. This looks like the
Evil Doll's room.
Hello, everyone. Today, Dobie and I are going to escape from the Evil Doll's house. What will we encounter?
And what awaits us will be a multitude of amazing and mysterious challenges. Our goal is not only to escape, but also to defeat the Evil Doll herself.
Just look at this room. It even has a special atmosphere that makes you start to feel like a child again.
I completely agree with you, Labrador. Today we will also plunge into childhood and explore the house of this doll.
So, it looks like we need to go through this small passage. The arrows lead to the house. Hopefully, the battle with the doll won't start too soon.
We picked up some candy. I wouldn't try it. She might have poisoned it. We need to find 10 of these candies.
It seems like we need to jump here. Let's postpone it for a bit and explore this house. Maybe we'll find something useful here.
Great. It wasn't in vain that we looked around. We found another candy.
Hooray! Checkpoint so we can die.
How much she loves herself, hanging her own portraits. I think you took your phrase too seriously. There was no need to die for a check.
I accidentally thought it was okay to walk there.
Ahead is another hole. Where are we descending to? It's like we're not far from hell.
Doesn't look like hell. It's a mountain of dishes here.
Listen, for me, a mountain of dishes is hell. I hate washing them.
And I'm the opposite. I enjoy it. I turn on my favorite playlist and sing along. It really lifts my spirits.
It's very strange. It seems like this place hasn't been cleaned in years. Maybe instead of washing dishes, she just buys new ones?
Yeah, that seems to be the case. I can't think of any other explanation for this mess.
It feels like we still have forever to go. I don't see the end in the distance. These arrows do have a mesmerizing effect, almost as if they're intentionally arranged to create an illusion or induce hallucinations.
Did you notice that in this room the floor is lava? But I see roses in this lava. It seems like these are hallucinations.
I see them too. Great, we've reached another checkpoint.
It seems like there's finally an end. Phew, I hope the next location won't involve parkour. I'm a bit tired already.
Some creepy toys, perhaps a demon has possessed them, or the souls of children are trapped inside them. Brr! Scary. By the way, did you know that in Poppy Playtime, the toys aren't actually bloody, but it's a mixture of red Poppy? I recently studied the storyline of this game. It's very interesting.
No, I didn't know. I'll definitely check it out in my free time, but just look at how we were fooled. It turns out we didn't see the real end, but now we can see the house in the distance. It seems like we should head there.
Let's hurry up then. I can even see a Ferris wheel. It's a very interesting location. I'd like the amusement park to be close to our police station.
Hey, Dobie, have you ever thought about candies?
Of course, Lab. Who doesn't love sweets?
True that. But do you have a favorite candy?
Well, I think my choice is chocolate candies with nuts. What about you?
I prefer caramel candies. They're like a sweet sound in the middle of the workday.
Agreed. Sometimes caramel can be a real lifesaver. But you know what's even better than candies?
I don't think anything can be better than candies. Well, maybe even more candies.
Yeah, exactly. I'm on the same page with you. Candies are just incredibly delicious.
You just look at her. Why is she sitting there staring at us and didn't even say hello?
It seems to me she pretended to be an inanimate doll, but was actually watching us.
Then it's even scarier. Maybe we need to walk around here and find a way to open the gates.
Here it is, the button. Looks like we need to press 3 of these.
It says you can hide here. Looks like we're about to face some dangerous challenge.
Let's go.
And here she is, descending on her long braids. How does she see anything with those eyes?
Oops, let's hide quickly. I want to watch her from a safe place.
Let's climb higher. Maybe she won't notice us that way.
Did you see that? Her braids just flickered past the room. I'd hold my breath.
We mustn't forget our current task, namely to press 2 more buttons.
It's good that we took a look around. It's never unnecessary. Actually, I see quite a few rooms here where we can hide, so this challenge will be very easy for us, especially considering that we have experience as sheriffs.
I constantly hear her whispering. It's very unsettling.
Oh no, she's behind us. We need to hurry and press this button and hide. Let's lighten the mood and ease the tension by telling the folks a couple of interesting stories.
Okay, let me get started. It was a regular morning in our quiet town. Sheriff Dobie and I decided to relax a bit and headed to our favorite corner cafe to enjoy some delicious donuts and good conversation. Just as we were starting to savor the aroma of fresh donuts, our tranquility was suddenly disrupted. We received a call from the evil ice cream vendor who allegedly hypnotized children with his ice cream and demanded ransom. Without hesitation, we abandoned the donuts and rushed to the scene. The situation was serious, and we needed to act quickly. Upon arrival at the ice cream stand, we found a group of children with blank, trance-like stares, as if they were indeed under hypnosis. We realized that the ice cream contained some strange component that affected the children's minds. Without wasting any time, we devised a plan. I distracted the ice cream vendor by asking him questions about his ice cream, while Dobie searched for and destroyed the source of the hypnotic influence. Thanks to our coordinated efforts, we were able to expose the villain and free all the children from his control. We apprehended the ice cream vendor and handed him over to the police.
Great story, Labrador. In the meantime, we've passed the first mini-challenge and are tackling the parkour again. Let me continue our tales. Waking up to the unexpected sounds of fireworks, I immediately sensed that something was amiss. After all, it was still early in the morning, and such loud noises didn't fit the usual order of things in our town. Getting out of bed, I realized that I needed to check what was going on. Stepping outside, my nose caught something strange. The smell of smoke and fire. Sheriff Labrador, my faithful partner, was already waiting for me outside my house, and his expression said it all. Something serious had happened. Following our instincts, we decided to investigate the area where we heard the fireworks. Soon enough, we found the source of the smoke. A warehouse storing goods for our town was on fire. We quickly approached the scene and began unraveling the puzzle. The traces left at the crime scene told us that it was the work of malicious criminals, unwilling to bring anything good to our town. Gathering all possible evidence, we concluded that our task was to find the culprits and prevent further attacks on our community. Thanks to our efforts and meticulous investigation, we were able to track down the criminals and arrest them before they could do any more harm.
Dobie, you remembered another captivating story as well, but I can already feel that we're close to our goal. The final battle with the boss, the evil doll, is just around the corner. But before that, I want to share one more of my stories. After a long and well-deserved break, when Dobie and I finally returned to work, I felt full of enthusiasm and ready for action. However, to our surprise, the first few hours on duty were completely calm. Not a single call came in, and I began to find it suspicious. Suspicions grew when I noticed that our antenna wasn't transmitting signals. Apparently, something had happened to the wires. We started checking and found that the wires had been chewed through. The culprit turned out to be an evil raccoon, who clearly didn't want us to receive calls and be able to help people. Realizing immediately that our communication was disrupted, I pressed the SOS button to alert the other sheriffs about the problem. We couldn't afford to leave our town unprotected due to unexpected technical issues. Soon after that, the calls started pouring in one after another. It was obvious that people needed our help, and there was no time to waste. Dobie and I immediately headed to the scenes to assist those in need.
Oh my God, while you were telling us your story, we've already started battling the evil doll. Let's give her a fight.
Did you see how that giant candy nearly hit us on the head? We need to not only aim at it, but also dodge its attacks.
She seems to really love sweets. How is she not stuck in another place? Oh, she's a doll.
Shoot more accurately, our shots are missing.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
By the way, Dobie, have you ever thought about the harm of sweets?
Of course, Lab. Sweets can be delicious, but they can also be harmful, especially if consumed in excess.
Exactly. I've noticed that lately our residents have been consuming too many sweets. This can lead to health problems, especially for children.
Yes, and not just for children. We need to inform our citizens about the importance of balanced nutrition and limiting the consumption of sweets.
Agreed. Let's organize a campaign to educate people about the dangers of excessive sugar consumption. Together, we can make our city healthier and stronger.
Yes, we did it. Well done, Sheriff Labrador.
Hold on. Maybe we haven't won yet. I'm not quite sure what she's doing right now.
It seems like I understand what's about to happen, and I'm glad about it.
Oh my, what a ridiculous death. It must be quite embarrassing, especially considering she almost had us for dinner.
Absolutely! It's time to celebrate our victory for real now!
Sometimes even the cringiest dances feel like a victory lap, don't they?
I agree with you, but it's still good that other players don't see it.
It seems like we've reached the end of this place, which means it's time to wrap things up. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed watching us escape from this house today, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel. And of course, don't forget to suggest other Roblox places for us to play. We're not saying goodbye. See you later. Hello everyone, Sheriff Labrador here. Can you guess who we're escaping from today? And by the way, I'm not alone.
Yes, Dobie is here too.
As you can see, we're in the house trapped by the evil grandmother. Our task for today is to escape from here. We need to be quiet so as not to wake her up.
But it's not that simple. Don't let her age fool you. She has built a complex of challenges in her house.
Look, she threw away our photo. It seems she hates us.
Let's start the escape. Oh, look, this is a photo of that old man we've already run away from. Looks like they're married.
Oh no, I hope she doesn't wake up from this. Yes, I remember how we escaped from that old man. Be sure to check it out on our channel.
Wow, it looks like this vent led straight to the attic of this house. I hope that Grandma doesn't catch us here. Oh, she even set up mines.
She probably loves cats since there's a photo of one hanging in her attic. Although, all grandmas love cats.
Why do you think this old lady put us in a cage?
As she probably wanted to make soup out of us.
Oh, look, I just noticed we're at a great height, and there are spikes below us.
I hope we don't fall right into the grandmother's mouth when we come out of the ventilation.
I hope so, too. It would be tragic if she ate us right away.
There's a lot of dust in this ventilation. It's driving me crazy.
Oh, look, this grandma is right in front of us. I hope she doesn't wake up right now. Let's jump onto her belly.
Oh, that was unexpected, but it's good she didn't notice us.
Look, are those teeth in a jar? Fee!
I agree, that's disgusting. All right, we need to hurry before she wakes. I didn't even get to finish my sentence.
She's running right after us.
Sue, what are these snotty green cookies? We'd better not step on them.
She's even farting.
Oh no, she's too close. She might grab us by the tail.
Look, there's a red button in front of us. We need to press it quickly.
This button opened a passage ahead. Let's run there before the evil grandma catches us.
Oh, look how red the evil grandma turned. We should jump next to her.
Look, now she's not even paying attention to us.
There are so many cookies here. I was right when I said she really loves cookies.
The evil grandma is so clumsy that she even knocked over the glass of milk.
Grandma completely forgot about us. She's not even trying to chase us anymore.
Oh, look, it's a giant fan that will lift us straight up.
There are traps along our path set by the evil grandma, but we won't give up. We'll easily overcome them.
I completely agree with you, Dobie. There are no obstacles on our path that we cannot overcome.
Oh, we almost fell back down. We need to be more careful.
Hooray, we've overcome those traps.
Don't celebrate too soon. Let's see what awaits us next behind this door.
Look, we've ended up in some sort of dungeon.
Let's jump on these geysers. I think they'll help us move forward.
Hey, Dobie, don't you think it's getting too hot in here?
I agree with you. It's getting too hot here. Let's get out of here quickly and eat some cold ice cream.
Phew, the board broke right under us. I hope that doesn't happen again.
Look, there's ventilation again. I think we should climb into it.
The ventilation is dusty again. I hope there are no spiders here.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see a giant spider here.
Oh no, we fell into the room where the evil grandma is knitting.
I hope we don't meet her here. I wouldn't want her to knit a scarf out of us.
Listen, it sounds like something gigantic is rolling nearby. Oh, Dobie, I wasn't imagining it. A giant ball of yarn just rolled past us. Oh no, we didn't quite make it to the safe spot in time. I hope we can reach a safe spot before the next one squashes us flat.
I think we just had a bit of bad luck with the timing.
How convenient that there are holes in the walls. If they weren't there, we would have been flattened a long time ago.
Oh, I can see the exit. I hope the end is near.
Hey, Dobie, to make it more exciting as we head towards the final showdown with the evil grandma, let's remember how we saved the city from the evil robot.
Of course, it was one of those days when everything seemed calm until the nightmare began. The sky darkened and a giant evil robot appeared on the horizon, casting a shadow over our town. The townsfolk were panicking, and we, Sheriffs Dobie and Labrador, knew we had to act fast.
First, we had to calm the people down and organize the evacuation of those in the danger zone. But then we decided to find out more about this monstrous machine.
We were shocked to discover that the robot was controlled by a deranged inventor who had lost control of his creation. The robot was rampaging through the town, causing havoc and destruction.
We realized there was no time to waste. We needed to act swiftly to save the town. We assembled a team and gathered all the resources we could find to stop this mechanical menace.
We devised a plan to disable the robot. It was risky, but we had no other choice. We had to protect our town and its people.
Using our knowledge of mechanics and some heavy-duty equipment, we managed to create a powerful electromagnetic pulse, EMP, device. Our goal was to get close enough to the robot to activate the EMP and shut it down.
With the help of our brave team, we set up a diversion to distract the robot while we got into position. It was dangerous, but we were determined to succeed.
As the robot focused on the diversion, Dobie and I made our move. We got close enough to activate the EMP, and with a loud hum, the robot started to malfunction.
The giant robot staggered and then collapsed, its systems fried by the EMP. The immediate threat was over, but we knew we had to secure the area and ensure the robot was completely disabled.
Working together, we dismantled the robot piece by piece, making sure it couldn't be reactivated. The townsfolk began to emerge from their hiding places, grateful and relieved.
Saving the town from the giant robot, we understood that the power of our unity and determination could overcome any challenge. Thanks to our joint effort, the town was saved, and Labrador and I are proud to have helped our community in its hour of need.
Did you see that giant pool filled with cookies? She's definitely crazy.
Yeah, but there's a trap here. Of course, it didn't work on us, but it was still scary. One wrong move and it's all over.
Look, there's another big fan here. Hopefully there are fewer traps this time around.
This fan has propelled us to crazy speeds.
I love speed, especially when I'm racing on my police bike to respond to calls.
Oh, look, the airflow from the fan lifted us up.
Let's jump carefully so we don't fall into the abyss.
This challenge room is longer than I thought. Hopefully, we'll get out of here soon.
Oh, there's a new obstacle ahead, but we're not afraid of it.
It's interesting why the evil old lady set up these challenges for us.
I think it's useless to dwell on that. Our main priority is to escape from here.
Oh, we weren't careful enough going through that obstacle course. Next time, we should watch our step more closely.
Carefulness and professionalism are crucial aspects of our work.
These pipes are taking us higher and higher. The main thing is not to fall into that abyss.
I think the exit from here is coming up soon. The key is not to rush, and everything will work out.
It's getting boring. Let's tell another story again.
With pleasure. It was one of those serene days when the sun was shining bright and the town was going about its usual business. But then came the relentless rain. At first, it seemed like a passing shower, but it soon became evident that this was no ordinary downpour. The streets were quickly flooding and panic spread among the townspeople. Sheriff Dobie and I knew we had to act swiftly.
First and foremost, we had to calm the frantic residents and swiftly organize the evacuation of those in the flood's path. It was a chaotic scene, with people desperately seeking higher ground as the waters rose.
Once the initial chaos was somewhat under control, we delved into understanding the cause of this sudden deluge.
To our astonishment, we discovered that a reckless scientist was to blame. He had been experimenting with weather control technology and inadvertently triggered this catastrophic flooding.
There was no time to waste. The safety of our town was at stake. We quickly assembled a team of rescuers and set out to confront this new challenge.
Together, we devised a plan to mitigate the flooding and clear the streets. It was risky, but in times of crisis, risks must be taken.
Using specialized equipment and strategic placements, we managed to divert the worst of the flooding away from populated areas and towards safer zones.
Through tireless effort and determination, we were able to stabilize the situation. The water levels began to recede, and the immediate danger passed.
As the town started to recover amidst the cleanup and restoration efforts, Dobie and I reflected on the resilience of our community. It was through our combined efforts and unwavering resolve that we managed to save our town from the brink of disaster.
The experience reinforced to us the importance of unity in the face of adversity. Together, we overcame the challenges posed by the flooding and emerged stronger as a community. Labrador and I take pride in having been able to assist our fellow townsfolk in their time of need.
Hey, Dobie, enough with the story. Look, there's a giant cookie in front of us. Let's get closer to it.
Let's grab it before the evil old lady comes.
I think it's a trap, so be prepared.
We're sheriffs after all. We're always ready.
I guessed it, but it was pretty obvious. What else could the grandma come up with? Look at how many of her clones are here.
When did she manage to multiply like this? I think we need to hurry, or they'll fill up this entire lawn.
Despite all our efforts, the clones of the evil old lady keep coming and coming.
We've already taken almost half of this old lady's health. It's good they gave us a bazooka instead of a revolver. Otherwise, we'd be fighting for a very long time.
Don't celebrate too soon. We need to be more careful or we'll end up trapped here forever.
I've noticed there are two types of grandmas here. Some die from one hit, while others have a lot of HP.
Hooray, we won! That was a thrilling battle.
Oh, I totally agree with you, Labrador. It was not an easy battle.
Now we just need to get out of this cursed house as quickly as possible.
Wow, what a car. It must be some powerful sports car. It even has cookie wheels. Since we defeated that grandma, it means we've accomplished our goal for today.
And that means it's time to say goodbye. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button.
See you soon.
Hi, guys. Today, Dobie and I have entered the Roblox mode, Escape from Babysitter Betty's Nursery. Don't forget to like and comment.
Hi. So, Labrador, we're in the nursery, and it's pretty boring here. Looks like Betty is on the phone. A perfect moment to escape.
Yeah, Betty isn't usually very attentive, but if she gets angry, she becomes a real monster. We need to act quickly and carefully. Hey, do you remember that there's also the janitor Ben?
Of course. Ben is always running around the corridors with his huge mop. He probably dreams of catching us and sending us back to the nursery.
All right, let's start. Look, we need to crawl through this hole in the wall. Hey, Dobie, don't get stuck there.
Aha! I almost thought I was stuck. But no, I made it through. Wow, look, there's a whole maze of toys here. Is that a giant teddy bear?
Yeah, exactly. Let's pass by it and carefully go down this slide. I hope it's not too slippery. Oh, I almost fell.
Ha! Watch your step, Labrador. Hey, what do you think if Betty were a superhero? What would her superpower be?
I think she could teleport so she could instantly appear next to us and send us back to the nursery. What do you think?
I think her superpower would be sleepy dust. She would put all the kids to sleep instantly so they wouldn't escape. Oh, look, there's Ben with his mop.
Quick, hide behind this bed. Oh, Ben, you have no idea how close we are to you. Ha!
Whew, that was close. Now let's go through this pillow tunnel. By the way, what if Ben were the main character in a horror movie?
That would be something. The movie would be called Killer Mop Ben Returns. Ha! All right, just a bit more. Let's get to the exit quickly.
I see the door. We just need to get past this builder block and we're free. Hey, look, Betty is back. I hope she didn't see us.
All right, Dobie. Our task is to build a tower out of blocks to climb over this playpen fence. Look, I've already started. Hand me a couple more blocks.
Got it, Labrador. Here are some more blocks. By the way, do you remember how we used to escape from our babysitter when we were kids? She always made us take naps, but we just wanted to play.
Oh, of course I remember. We used pillows as steps to climb out the window. Good times. But now we've got a similar challenge. Almost done. Climb up.
Climbing up. I hope these blocks hold. Whoa, they're wobbling. Hold on tight, Labrador. Who made it? Now we need to build a block tower to reach the ventilation. This pile will do.
Look, there's the ventilation. I'm sure Ben is there. He's always on guard. Ha! He's like our watchdog, but with a mop. Let's get to work. Blocks in place.
Oh, Ben in the ventilation is just hilarious. I remember once he chased us with his mop when we tried to steal some cookies. He should be reminded of that. All right, climbing up.
I'm right behind you. Hey, look, there's Ben. He spotted us. Dobie, do you have a plan?
Of course, let's remember our childhood tricks. Remember how we set up obstacles? We'll do the same now. Let's throw blocks at him and make a run for it.
Great idea. Take this, Ben. Here's a block. Faster, Dobie. There's the ventilation door. Push it.
Hooray, we did it. Whew, we're out. Labrador, as always, you're the best. Remember how we used to escape as kids?
Of course I remember. That time when you put a pillow under the door to keep it from creaking, and then we quietly slipped out into the garden. Ha!
And the babysitter was looking for us all over the house while we hid in the bushes eating raspberries. That was so much fun.
When Dobie and I were little, our parents decided to have an evening without kids and hired a babysitter to look after us. We got the address and went there ourselves since our street was safe and our parents thought we could handle it. Unfortunately, we got the address wrong.
Yes, Labrador, I remember how it was. We approached the house that we thought was the right one. The door opened and a tall man in a white apron with a butcher knife in his hand stood before us. We were a bit confused, but decided he must be our babysitter since the address matched.
We entered the house and immediately felt uneasy. The kitchen had large knives hanging everywhere, and there were chunks of meat all around. We noticed a refrigerator that looked suspicious. When he opened it to grab something, we saw jars with what looked like eyes.
I remember how scared I was. Labrador and I started whispering, thinking this guy was a real murderer. He kept playing with the knife and gave us strange looks. We couldn't believe our parents sent us to such a person.
We decided we had to get out of there somehow. But when we tried to leave, he suddenly asked us what we were doing. I almost screamed in fear, but then I pulled myself together and said we wanted to take a little walk.
To our surprise, he let us go. We left the house and ran as fast as we could. We decided to go back home and tell our parents what happened. When we finally got home, Mom and Dad looked worried.
They immediately knew something was wrong. We explained what happened and they realized they had given us the wrong address. The real babysitter was waiting for us at a house on another street.
Dad decided to go back to that house and figure out what was going on. When he returned, he was laughing. It turned out that the man was a local chef preparing for a big banquet. Those eyes in the refrigerator were just pickled olives and cherries.
We laughed about it for a long time, but that incident taught us to be more careful. Ever since then, every time we see a chef with a knife, we remember that day and laugh.
It was one of those childhood adventures that stayed with us for life. Sometimes scary things turn out to be completely harmless. The main thing is not to lose your head and stay brave. Guys, don't forget to like and comment.
Dobie and I were at our station when we received an urgent call. All the babysitters in the world had suddenly started a revolt and taken over one of the daycares in our town. We quickly geared up and headed to the scene. It was hard to believe what could have caused such chaos.
When we arrived, we were met with a strange sight. Babysitters, usually so calm and caring, now looked like an army ready for battle. They had barricaded the entrance to the daycare and were shouting slogans. Some were holding toys like weapons, while others waved around diapers.
We approached cautiously, trying not to provoke more aggression. I attempted to start a conversation with the head babysitter, who seemed to be leading the revolt. She was elderly and stern, but determination shone in her eyes.
She responded that the babysitters were demanding better working conditions and higher wages. They felt undervalued and overworked. This was a full-blown babysitter revolution.
We realized the situation was serious and a peaceful solution was necessary. We suggested forming a committee to address the babysitters' issues and promised to relay their demands to the city authorities. But to do this, they needed to end the revolt and vacate the daycare.
The head babysitter thought it over and agreed. She believed we genuinely wanted to help. We arranged a meeting with the mayor and representatives from the education department to discuss the babysitters' demands.
At the meeting, the babysitters were able to voice their concerns and complaints. The mayor listened attentively and promised to take steps to improve their working conditions. It was decided to increase their salaries, improve their work schedules, and provide additional resources to aid them in their tough job.
After these negotiations, the babysitters calmed down and returned to their duties. The daycare reopened, and the children happily welcomed their babysitters back. Labrador and I were pleased that we could prevent the conflict from escalating and find a solution that satisfied everyone.
That day showed us how important it is to listen to people and help solve their problems. Even peaceful professions like babysitters can revolt if they are not heard. We learned to appreciate their work even more.
Yes, Labrador, it was an important lesson for all of us. We're glad we could help the babysitters and restore order in our town.
One morning, Dobie and I were at our station when we suddenly received a strange and unusual call. The message stated that a volcano had erupted in the city center, spewing money. We couldn't believe our ears, but we decided to head to the scene and figure out what was happening.
When we arrived, we saw an incredible sight. In place of the old fountain, there was now a real volcano, spewing money instead of lava. Bills, coins, gold bars. A crowd of people had gathered around, trying to catch as much money as possible, and chaos ensued.
Dobie and I realized the situation was getting out of control. People were pushing, arguing, and even fighting over the money. We had to intervene quickly to prevent a disaster. I took out a megaphone and started calming the crowd, urging everyone to move to a safe distance and avoid creating a stampede.
Meanwhile, I tried to figure out where this strange volcano came from. We noticed a scientist in a white lab coat nearby, observing the scene intently. I approached him and asked what was going on.
The scientist introduced himself as Dr. Finch and explained that he was conducting an experiment to create a source of infinite wealth. He didn't expect the experiment to get out of control and lead to a money volcano eruption. He was extremely worried and ready to help us solve the problem.
Dr. Finch and I quickly devised a plan to shut down the volcano. He explained the steps we needed to take to safely stop the eruption. While Labrador continued to manage the crowd, Dr. Finch and I worked on deactivating the machine that powered the volcano.
The work was complex and required precision, but we managed it. When the last safety switch was turned off, the eruption stopped, and the volcano began to quiet down. People calmed down, and we were able to restore order.
Dr. Finch thanked us for our help and promised not to conduct any more experiments without proper safety measures. Labrador and I were pleased that we could prevent a disaster and bring order back to the city.
We completed the mode. See you next time. Hello, everyone. Dear subscribers, today in the video, I, Sheriff Labrador, and Dobie will be escaping from the chubby policeman. I'll let you in on a secret. Last night, I was jumping on his belly like it was a trampoline.
Yes, guys. Hello, everyone. This ventilation is so stinky, it's never been cleaned. Hey, Labrador, why don't you call me Sheriff? I'm your partner, after all.
You haven't earned it yet. You're a coward. You're even scared to complete this girly map. Where did these lasers come from? Who put them here anyway? The dumb creators.
You're the coward. The next episode will be on the scariest map in Roblox. Let's see who the real coward is. Don't forget to wear a diaper and call your mommy.
Okay, let's calm down. We need to get through this minefield. It's not just your butt that could get blown up. These mines look just like the subscribe button. So don't forget to hit it and ring the bell, dear friends.
Careful, Sheriff Labrador. There's that belly guy you were jumping on like a trampoline. Don't let him see you.
Ha ha ha. Dobie, you're scared of everything again. What's he gonna do to us, fart in our faces? Watch and learn how to escape. I used to run away from the principal like this when I broke a window with a soccer ball in school. Ah, those were the days. Not like now. Dobie, remember when your backpack got flushed down the toilet?
It was a belly kid just like the one chasing us now. Where do we run next? It's really high, and there are lots of lasers. Do you know the way?
This really reminds me of the school bathroom, Dobie. Let's look for your backpack. Ha 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 ha. I wonder how that belly guy uses the bathroom. He wouldn't be able to get through these lasers.
Look, Sheriff Labrador, there's a shovel over there. Grab it and clean up after the prison warden, nicknamed Belly. Look, there's a hole dug in this stall. Let's use our dog instincts. Just make sure not to dig like this in Minecraft.
The main thing is that we don't fall into lava. Ah, we're lucky. Let's look for diamonds here.
Whoa, there's a parkour section here. You've been a pro at this since school. I bet if you fall, I won't be sheriff anymore. Ah, it's super easy. It doesn't count. Look, these are old wooden planks. They might break under your feet, so be careful.
Whoa, did you see that? Not that I doubted myself. Look at that gigantic skull. It probably belonged to the belly policeman's mom. Ha ha ha! Now let's go find his dad.
Let's do that later. We should hurry. Just make sure not to get impaled on a spike. There are so many traps here. Ah, a giant boulder is rolling towards us. Let's go back. Why is there a tunnel like this? Come on, hurry up. I feel uneasy.
You're getting nervous again. Calm down, Dobie. You should have worried about the underwear you forgot to wear when we swam with the whole class in the school pool. Ha ha ha. Look, there's a guard over there. Judging by the smell, he's been sitting in this unventilated room for ages, farting.
Oh no, he's gonna catch us. See, I told you this would happen.
Enough whining, Dobie. Everything's fine. We haven't lost anything. The gates are open. We just need to pass by the guard. Just make sure not to fall into a trap. Let me tell you a truly scary story. Once I was patrolling a small neighborhood on the edge of the city. It was usually quiet there, but not that night. There wasn't a single star in the sky, and the moon was blood red. As I drove past a small abandoned house on the outskirts, I heard strange, eerie sounds coming from it. Approaching closer, I caught a whiff of decay and saw strange shadows through a broken window. I entered the house, and the silence was ominous. In the corner, I noticed an antique mirror covered in dust. When I looked into it, instead of my reflection, I saw black eyes pulling me towards them. Everything around me darkened, and I found myself in a cold place, surrounded by strange figures whispering something. Suddenly, I heard a voice. "Wake up, Sheriff Labrador!" I opened my eyes and saw an old man with terror-filled eyes. "You've seen them, haven't you?" he whispered. "They're waiting." The old man disappeared and I ran out of the house, not looking back. Now, passing by, I always feel someone's gaze on me. Those creatures are still there, and they're waiting for their moment.
Wow, that's an interesting story, but I doubt you just came up with it. Look, we're where the prisoners communicate with their families. We need to get into the ventilation. Oh, this is the room of that chubby guy. Let's borrow the ladder from him. Seems like we have a problem. The ladder doesn't fit through the door frame.
This situation reminds me of when you got stuck in the locker in the school locker room. We even had to call the firefighters.
One night, I was patrolling a school with my colleagues. There were rumors that students had been disappearing from this school, so we were asked to keep an eye on it. At first, everything seemed fine, and we were even annoyed at spending time on what we thought were childish fantasies. But then our opinion changed. When night fell, the school turned into a place filled with mystery and fear, rustling sounds, things falling, strange flickering shadows. All of it made us nervous. We felt like someone was constantly watching us. Sometimes, it seemed like we saw human figures before our eyes and even heard whispers in the dark. As we passed by the chemistry lab, we heard a loud bubbling sound coming from inside. We exchanged looks, and I was the first to burst in. Inside it was empty, but the air was filled with a coldness, as if something sinister had reached us. For a moment, I saw something strange in the corner of the room, but when we got closer, it was just an old, empty chair. We continued our patrol, but every time we turned around, it felt like someone was watching us from the shadows. The further we went, the more we were gripped by fear. Finally, we reached the administrative wing. As we approached the door, we heard a faint but distinct whisper. It was enough to make our fur stand on end. We looked at each other and decided we had enough. We ran to the exit, the light outside filling us with relief. In the morning, when the sheriff asked us about our patrol, we told him everything. He smiled and didn't believe us.
Dobie, that's a really scary story. I hope you didn't wet your pants when you entered the chemistry lab. Do you remember this story? I, Sheriff Labrador, immediately realized the situation was serious. Together with my loyal partner Dobie, we rushed to the scene. When we arrived at the bank, chaos reigned on the streets. People were running out of the building, holding their noses and coughing. It quickly became clear that skunk robbers had broken into the bank. They used their natural weapon, an incredibly foul smell, to paralyze everyone inside. Dobie and I knew we had to act quickly. We were given gas masks so we could enter without risking our health. Putting on the masks, we entered the building. The stench was unbearable, but our gas masks helped us manage it. As we passed through the main hall, we saw two skunks rummaging through the safes. Using his skills, Dobie quickly coordinated our actions. We approached them from both sides, sneaking up to catch them off guard. The skunks, engrossed in their work, didn't notice us until the last moment. Dobie and I simultaneously pounced on them, pinning them to the floor. The struggle was brief, and soon the skunks were securely handcuffed. We led them out of the bank, and the people on the street greeted us with applause.
Of course, I remember that. It's impossible to forget something like that. I still get goosebumps. Well, while you were telling your story, we took down one of the main bosses, the chef of this prison. Up ahead, the final boss awaits us, the belly guy. You've inspired me to share another one of our stories together. I, Sheriff Dobie, and my loyal partner Labrador were in the office when we received a distressing call. On the phone was a crying little girl who claimed that her house was haunted. We couldn't leave her in trouble and immediately headed to the scene. When we arrived, we were greeted by a frightened girl named Susie. She explained that she had been seeing a ghost in her room for several nights. Susie said that the ghost had been especially active last night and even tried to grab her. We entered the house and began our investigation. Suddenly, a ghost appeared before us, barely visible and transparent. We didn't know how to handle it, but then Labrador remembered the bucket of paint we had in the car. An idea came to us. We took the bucket of paint and carefully approached the ghost. Labrador distracted it, pretending to try and catch it, while I, Sheriff Dobie, climbed the stairs holding the bucket of paint. At the right moment, I poured the paint on the ghost. The paint coated it, making it visible. Now we could see the ghost. It was a person covered with a sheet, trying to scare the girl. We saw his hands and quickly handcuffed him. It turned out to be a neighborhood boy who decided to prank Susie, but his joke had gone too far.
It's a great story, Dobie. It seems we're about to come face to face with the main boss. And here is the booth. Very spacious. Let's punch him in the face with fruit.
It looks like to defeat him, we need to shoot at his weapons, those miniguns on his arms. Come on, Sheriff Labrador. We can do this.
Yes, I got that, Dobie. Thanks. Could you then give me a weapon as powerful as his? I wouldn't mind having a suit like his either. It would be useful for arresting criminals. We recently got a call about an attack by a giant dumb robot at our station. Hey, you dumb tin can, what are you going to do to us in your suit? If you take off the suit, you're just a regular smelly fat guy.
Come on, while we're killing him, I'll tell you another story. One evening, I was sitting in my office when the phone rang. On the other end was an unfamiliar voice claiming to be a bank employee. He informed me that my bank card had been compromised and that I urgently needed to provide my personal information to protect my funds. Something about his voice and manner immediately raised my suspicions. I decided to play along to gather more information. I pretended to be scared and ready to provide the information he requested. While I was talking to him, my paws quickly dialed the bank's number on another phone, and I learned that there were no issues with my account. Keeping my composure, I started asking him questions to get more details. He didn't know that I was already tracing the call. Soon, I discovered that the call was coming from an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of town. Realizing that the scammer was using standard tricks, I continued to stall, giving my team time to prepare. We quickly assembled a team and headed to the specified location. When we arrived, I saw a man sitting at a table with a phone and a laptop. He was so engrossed in his scam that he didn't even notice us entering. I approached him and said, "Hello, buddy. Were you calling Dobie?" He jumped up, his face turning pale. He tried to flee, but my team quickly restrained him. At the scene, we found numerous records with personal information of other people he had also tried to scam.
Thanks to everyone who watched. The belly guy got fired and we became guards at this prison. Goodbye, everyone!